Happy Saturday morning and welcome to Life Lessons with Barbara. I'm your host, Barbara Aline Johnson, and I am also the owner of BEJ and Associates, a transformational life coaching and consulting company. My team and I, we work with individuals as well as organizations to help overcome barriers that stand between you and where you want to be. And I also want to give a quick shout out to Wdrb Media for this wonderful opportunity to spend this few minutes with you. And I want to bring your attention to After the Rain. That's what you're hearing in the background by the fabulous Lady Mac, Lois Lady Mac McMorris. To download After the Rain or to hear some of our old shows and even see them, go to the website bej-associates.com. Okay, so as promised last week, I'm going to bring you more of that wonderful keynote address that was given at the 80th birthday celebration for Dr. Joe L. Dudley Sr. and fundraiser for the Fuller and Dudley Entrepreneurial Foundation. So, without any further ado, let's hear again some more from billionaire Michael V. Roberts. Stay tuned.
When I started my businesses, like most of us, we aren't really clear on how it's going to come out. But as described earlier, you have a vision. You have a dream. And I think that we all have dreams, don't we?
Yes.
We actually have many dreams, and we think about opportunities. But what's the first thing you have to do when you have a dream? You've got to wake up. And then you have to sit up, and you have to stand up, and then you have to prosecute your dreams. And too frequently, we have seen our dreams developed by other people as we sat back, recognizing that we didn't take action. I wrote a book, Action Has No Season. Think about that title. There's no season to take action. You have to take it in the now. Every day when you wake up, you're given 86,400 seconds. That's your 24 hours. And the moment you think of the moment, it's already gone. So you have to prosecute every moment, every idea that comes into your mind, at least give it a chance to be fleshed out. You are within your DNA. You have cellular memory. The African people are the oldest human gene on Earth. Right. Now, why did Michael Jordan, who had relatively sharp parents, become one of the greatest basketball players of all time, certainly during his time? He had a genetic memory that goes back thousands of years, because there were thousands and thousands of people who copulated to create you. There was no spontaneous generation. I'm not standing here and proof there's another human standing next to me. And I know, and you and I know, that our parents, I mean, how many times have we as children thought that our parents weren't too smart? And once we became parents, we realized how smart our parents really were. And we always said, well, I'm not going to do this or act like that with my kids, and guess what? You find yourself doing exactly the same thing. But there are other things that are existing in your cellular memory that go back beyond your recognition, i.e. knowing your parents and grandparents. Who knows better than you that you have certain instincts? You know, some of us have that instinct that can tell us, instead of walking down a dark street, something tells us to cross over. Well, in business, we have to look at either having empirical knowledge, which is what you learn in school and you're mentored, but also there's something called instinct. And I will tell you that, my dad worked at the post office. He was not an entrepreneur, he was not a politician, but he was a good dad. And he never really put us in a position or said that we couldn't do something. So therefore, we just decided to go do everything. And you remember Hank Aaron, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
He was all the time home run hitter, right? How many times did he strike out?
Mm-hmm.
You see the glory, but you don't necessarily see the challenge. But I think the lesson is two things. One, you got to step in that batter's box every day in life, and you got to swing. And I'm hoping that you recognize that as you create your business and you become capitalists, or you develop your capitalist gene, and you have it, that you allow yourself to grow and fulfill your destiny. And we have many destinies, not just one or two. When I look at the planning of the museum, Tony, I was sort of reminded of the whole concept of Noah. When he got the text or email, Noah's concept to respond to that wasn't to go out and learn how to swim, but instead to plan and to build, because the drops were coming, and they did. You have a plan, and the drops will be ultimately those dollars that's going to come in to make it work. And it's going to be drop by drop. Before you know it, you'll have the flood of money that you'll need. And we will all be ready.
I hope you're right.
Was then traded between plantation owners, indicating that they owned this particular slave. Did you know that that's the origin of trading bonds, which created something called the stock market? Making sure that we have good resources, capital resources in inner cities, so that we can have some of the brilliant young people that we have, giving them the financial needs that they will need in order to meet their passion and their vision. Well, one of the things we discussed was, and what people don't sometimes understand is, the concept of innovation, or the concept of starting a business, doesn't mean that you need to invent something. You need to be innovative. Let me give you 2 or 3 examples. Henry Ford did not invent the automobile. It was invented in Europe before Henry. But he met with a gentleman who had a steel company, and together they came together and they created an assembly line which produced a number of cars on a more rapid and a lower cost rate, and as a result, the cars came along. He was an innovative on top of the automobile. Another example would be Fred Smith was a college student at Yale, and he wrote a business plan. And after he finished his business plan, he only got a C on it, by the way. It was about taking things in a cardboard box and moving it from point A to point B. Well, that's something what the U.S. mail does. So that's nothing new, except the way in which he did it, and the sizing of the boxes, and the speed in which he could deliver one box to the next, allowed him to create a company called Federal Express. Innovation. And my third example, IBM created the computers, not Bill Gates. But Bill Gates was innovative, and he created an operating program that ultimately allowed us, similar to what Michael Dell did, to create this thing called an operating system, which ultimately allowed us to get our laptops. But IBM slept the innovative side of moving into that point. But Bill Gates and Michael Dell slept the concept of the internet as it relates to the creation of the AOLs and the Googles and the connectivity. That was innovation. And then they slept the social networking that Zuckerberg and Facebook and others now are into. And who's knows what's next? Innovation. So brothers and sisters, when you think about your ideas and you coming up, and I hope many of you are the futurists that we need to allow us to be able to get behind you and your business and your ideas. Look out ahead. When I built my wireless phone company, I had owned several TV stations, and all of them had to move from an analog signal to a to a digital signal. And I was watching that the phones were very similar in that, you remember when the coolest person in the show had a big suitcase, a briefcase, and with a phone? and it was that snap, crackle, drop type phone, you know, you can walk around the corner and lose the phone. Well, when it was going to digital, I recognized ahead of time that I needed to be in that business. So I then pursued the licenses and ultimately in a competitive environment. And that's a whole story, and it's in my book. But it's a long story about how I ultimately ended up with licensing. And then I decided I'd better get a brand to connect with. So I spoke to Sprint, who was right in Missouri, Kansas, near my home in St. Louis, and I visited with them. I took about 8 of my engineers and my team. We jumped on my Gulfstream private jet and flew over to, what? Like I said yesterday, Muhammad Ali was a friend of mine, said it ain't bragging if you can back it up. We went to Kansas City, and they told us that even though we had licenses for half of Missouri, that they were not going to, and we all know, 2 or 3, about 10 of us, they said that the policy that Sprint's board to allow for franchising of these PCS phones, at the time, remember, still analog, and most people didn't know about this digital phone idea. He said, look, we only are planning to affiliate with rural landline telephone companies. Okay? Now, I had built several TV stations, tower, antenna, waveguide. You know, basically, that's all, that's the microcosm of the macrocosm of, that's the macrocosm of the microcosm of what you have to build. When you build these towers, you see them up and down the highway. They're not as big as a big broadcast tower. But we built so many of them, and we said, well, we can do this. Of course we can do this. Have we done it? No, but we can do it. Long story short, we jumped on our plane, and I told them straight up, I said, look, you know, what's important in this digital phone business is first to market. And if I get the customers, and I am going to build this, then you're going to have a hard time getting my customers from you. A month later, they called and said, can we come and see you?
Well, we're out of time. We're going to end it there. But this is some good stuff. And if you don't feel compelled to get out there and start your own business, encourage someone else. And if you want to hear this again, remember, my shows are posted on my website, bej-associates.com. And when you go there, you can also download Lady Max After the Rain and even check out some of her other tunes. And let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Oh, I'm looking for sponsorship. I want to extend my show to a half an hour at least. If you're interested and want to talk about it, go to my website, bej-associates.com, and hit the tab Contact Us. And leave your name and number, and I'll get back with you. Life lesson for today: never give up on your dream. Namaste.